Oh, hello there. Yes, well, election day. Yes. Reform and all their fans like Matt Goodwin have been suggesting very strongly that you need to get out there and vote for reform. Otherwise, Western civilization will collapse. So if you're not going to go and vote for reform, I think they reserve the right to come round and give you a bit of a disdainful look, maybe even mutter things under their breath. Yes, which is of course the polite and British way to do things, which of course people don't really do anymore, do they? I was reminded yesterday of when I was about 19, a girlfriend invited some of her mates over for a meal, and I remember cooking something or other, but I remember that I did garlic bread with the meal, and this was 1982, I do believe. There was an issue with the garlic bread because one particular young person decided that garlic was a nasty foreign invention and therefore threw the aforementioned bread at me. The issue I had with it, not that they didn't want to eat it, which I would have fully accepted, it was just that they felt they had the right to basically throw things at me. It was just incredibly rude. And of course, that particular cohort of people are now the same age as me. They are boomers, and we do see a lot of this kind of boomery type behaviour. It's something that I don't realistically see an awful lot in young people necessarily, but certainly people my own age. There's this kind of inability to deal with things that are slightly different, garlic bread or other things. And there was two particular stories yesterday which caught my eye. This was posted up by Rupert Lowe, everyone's favourite. I'm sure deporting vast numbers of people won't be expensive and indeed clog up our entire legal system for decades. But leaving that aside, it was this woke row after train decorated to celebrate diversity. Yes, apparently an evil wokeist train company, yes, I'm sure they're not either, has decided to put a mural on one of its trains. Evil, I tell you. And of course this is a stage too far, because people like Rupert can't deal with the idea that, well, garlic bread notwithstanding, things might not be exactly as they want them to be. So of course there's the inevitable kind of pile-on amongst people who are rolling their eyes at the fact that they will have to get on a train now, no matter what. Apparently they're going to be forced by wokeist guards with electric stun guns or something, and they'll have to look at it, and it's too much to look at something, because then they're shoving it down our throats, aren't they? The gays, basically. Yes. And, young people don't give a flying. Neither do I. I just, as indeed Rupert does say, I would prefer trains to be on time, and preferably, nationalised, because that would make them cheaper, but that's just me being an idiot, obviously. The big issue is the colours they're painted in. And this one as well, which really got me, okay? So, apparently, somebody somewhere has managed to find an NHS trust which has suggested that, in a method of solidarity with other members of your workforce, that NHS staff have been encouraged by top management to fast for Ramadan to display allyship with Muslim colleagues. And you think to yourself, okay then, fine. Again, it's that kind of garlic bread thing. If you don't want it, then just leave it. You don't have to. It's just a suggestion. Just being nice, really, isn't it? Yes, but I did love this. NHS staff encouraged to convert to Islam, which got me thinking about all those other dreadful things that I, as a boomer, have to put up with, garlic bread notwithstanding. I keep going into shops at this time of year, and they're full of Easter things, which I think is a dreadful imposition to an atheist like me. It's forcing me to convert to Christianity, isn't it? Possibly. Yes. You see, the argument here would be, it's a majority thing. But, of course, majorities are just where you see them, aren't they? The majority of people aren't Christian, and yet we have to, basically have whatever holidays the nasty Christians foist on us, don't we? Yes. Have to have that. Aren't allowed any choice. I don't get to work on Bank Holiday Mondays because the Christians won't let me. Yes, isn't that perfectly acceptable, because we accept these things? But in pure numbers, one has to think, well, okay then, let's assume that, at what stage do we have certain percentages of the population that we shouldn't listen to? Because if it's gay people who I thought, according to, GB News and Rupert Lowe and everyone else, were acceptable now, I thought that percentage of people were fine. And they do pay taxes and they do travel on trains. I know. I've occasionally sat next to them. Good grief. Ugh. Yes, I know. Live to tell the tale. Yes, they pay their taxes. So what percentage of trains, we wonder, should be, painted as, diversity? What percentage of trains should be painted in the liveries of, the Jehovah's Witnesses? I don't understand the mentality that says that we have to be dictated to by whatever percentage of white boomers want, effectively, because it ain't me either. Anyway, these are always, of course, exactly the same people that will complain bitterly about the youth being snowflakes. If you can't handle a train being a different colour, and if you can't handle the idea that you might want to be polite to the people you work with, there are a large number of words that I could ascribe to you. But it's not reasonable or indeed adult. Anyway, do have a glorious voting day. Western civilization, remember, they're counting on you. They'll come round. They'll look sternly at you if you don't vote reform, you know that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to them filling in them potholes with migrants. Yes, enjoy.